Thank you.
Yeah.
How's that? Good morning, everybody. My name is Soriano. I'm a field representative with Hilltop Ranch. I'm a Cal Poly graduate, and I've been. This will be my 5th harvest in the almond industry. First of all, I'd like to thank you guys for being here and being proactive as far as improving the quality of your orchards and improving your crop. It really makes our job a lot easier as a processor handler when we have good quality product to market and be able to get good returns for you guys. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about the market, but first I'd like to ask, or how many of you guys are familiar with Hilltop Ranch? So there's a couple people here, so if I tell you a little bit about it, it's a family-owned company. It's owned by the founders are Dave and Christine Long, and their son Dexter, who's our Vice President General Manager and will be the successor in years to come. The owners are still involved in day-to-day operations. We also have a wholer chiller, but our main focus is on processing and marketing. We do grow 80 acres of almonds, and we process up to 65 million pounds, and we get product from Bakersfield all the way up to Chico, up and down the state. We do have direct relationships with our buyers, and we export about 80% of our handle to over 70 countries around the world, and almost 100% of our business is direct sales, so we do very little through outside buyers or brokers. Jenny, if you could help me out, I had some handouts.
Yeah, he's passing them out right
They're
now.
passing them out. What you have there is the February position report released by the Almond Board. Tomorrow they're going to be releasing the March position report. So this is going to be old news, but I want to bring this up to you guys so you guys can get familiar with it if you're not so already, and you can have an idea of what to look for or what we use these numbers for. So, a lot of us in the industry wait anxiously every month for the position report so we can evaluate short and long-term trends of the almond production and demand. As well as you guys all very well know that emotion also plays a big role in how buyers will come in the market and buy. It's kind of not always so much on look at the technical aspects, but sometimes it's a gut feel what we see. But one of the key things to look at here, and you'll see the 2014 crop receipts are 6.8% below last year's crop. So we're thinking that it's about 1.85 billion pounds with the 14 crop. And it might go up slightly between now and the end of July, which is the end of the marketing year. If you look at the shipping numbers for the month of February, we were down about 6% below February of 2014, which was actually a good number considering the scenarios we're going through at the ports. Overall, total shipments as of the end of February were down 13%. And there's several reasons why their shipments are off. Primarily, it's been due to price increase to balance the supply and demand. Today's prices are about 80 to 90 cents, almost $1 higher than a year ago. So, the market things have been going very well over the past 10 years. The industry has seen 10-digit growth. This year, with the crop being a little bit less and pricing being at record levels, we may not see that double-digit growth. Another one of the factors where you're seeing lower shipping numbers is the currency. Right now, the dollar is pretty strong in comparison to foreign currencies. I checked the euro today was 107 versus 137 exactly a year ago. So that's a pretty big swing, and which means foreign buyers can afford to buy less almonds at this time. The third factor that's kind of offsetting where you're seeing the shipments be lower has been you guys are all very aware about the PMA and the ILU union dispute at the ports. As of today, there's still no official agreement to resolve it, and currently they're working to clear out the backlogs, but they're still pretty slow. It's pretty slow going. So, like I said, the shipping number comes out tomorrow. we're expecting it to be a strong shipping number, which could be offset by some of that clearing out that backlog. So that would have a offset or have a positive effect on the shipping numbers. So if you take the total shipments and commitments, which commitments are products sold but not shipped, and we usually last year there was a carry out of 350 million pounds into the 14 crop. If we factor a 300 million pound carry out into the 15 crop, the industry is about 80 to 85% sold. So as an industry, almonds are moving at these record levels. So things are going good. Current market status, we've seen slight firming over the past week, 5 to 10 cents. We still see hand-to-mouth buying from buyers or to meet their short-term needs with very limited activity. And like I was saying, buyers and sellers will always wait for the numbers to digest the numbers. So, like David was saying, if you need some bathroom reading material, take that position report and kind of analyze it. If you need some more reading material there. But we are experiencing current record prices, and we ask ourselves, what's driving the prices? One of the things is growers are comfortably sold, and they've met their cash flow. So you don't have anxious sellers right now into the market. Being at 80%, so it's creating a firming in the market. Also, it's simply simple supply and demand economics. We have a lower supply, higher demand. It's driving the prices up, and also maybe curtailing a little bit on the shipments. And what are we looking at in the short term in the market? The 15 crop looks like it's potentially going to be similar to last year. It's I don't want to go out and predict any kind of a number, because even the guys that do it as basis don't always get it right. But you hear reports that the nonpareil crop doesn't look that good. But there's a caveat there. It's hard to estimate how many acres are taken out and how many new acres are coming into production. So with that being said, we think we're going to have a similar crop going into 15 crop, or the 15 year. You're seeing new almond plantings pretty widely all over the place. We're not going to see, it takes about 4 years before they're considered bearing into their fourth leaf. So you're not going to see the increase in supply for a few more years. Over the past 3 years, there hasn't been a significant amount of plantings. I think on average, 15,000 acres per year going back to 2011. This year, we think, you guys have heard the talks about the water situation. You guys know where California is on the drought, and we think that's going to be the wild card on what the crop's going to be and how we're going to be able to market going forward. So, so far things are looking good, and it looks like it's going to be another successful year to be in the almond business. And just want to take a quick second to thank Marcia for having me here, and I'd like to take a moment to introduce a couple of my colleagues here. We have Ray Krause. He's a local field rep here in the Fresno area. And also here to my left is Tarek Watt. He's our sales manager. So he does all the actual selling abroad and domestically. And we'll be hanging around, after the meeting if you guys have any questions for us. We also do a weekly market update where we email a brief description of what's going on in the market and current market prices. So if you guys are interested, there's a sign-up sheet here at the table. You guys are welcome to sign up, and we'd be glad to get you on it. So with that, thanks again. If you guys have any questions.
So my question is it just going to keep growing? Are people going to keep eating almonds?
Well, like I said, for the past years, we've had double-digit growth in demand, and you do have emerging markets that have grown due to the middle classes increase, like in China and India, and that's really been supporting a lot of the growth in the industry. In 2011, there was a worldwide study. There was over 5,500 new products that had almonds in it. So it's very diverse, and there is a demand for it, and there's more and more innovation to use almonds in different products.
And we all eat?
And everybody loves it. Yes, sir.
Can you explain a little bit on the ICI, is it ICI programs?
The IC disc. So the IC disc it's a federal tax saving program that was it's been around for quite some time. Actually, Hilltop brought it to the board at the 2012 Almond Board Conference. We made it more aware to the growers, and what it is as a grower, for example, it's a tax incentive to export commodities. And so what will happen is, we export, for example, we export 80% of our crop, which means if you or your handlers, they all export, that export tax incentive would take qualified income from the 39% tax rate down to the 20% tax rate, which is a significant savings. And you have to set up a separate corporation to be able to run, to take advantage of that tax savings, but that's something that definitely recommend. We don't give tax advice, but it's something to definitely look into. It's a significant savings. We're calculating at the 80% export, it saves you about 18 cents a pound, which is quite significant.
Thank you. And
All right.
And thanks again to Hilltop for supplying us with all the goodies for today. The hats, the